I can listen to that music all day long, David.
Oh, get you fired up. That's
Hey.
walk-up music for baseball right there.
Hey, Dave, you're looking good today in Columbia, Missouri. How's the weather?
Craig, it's pretty nice. It's a balmy 80 today, so not too shabby.
Great. I was debating whether I go top button opener, but since it's only the second podcast, I figured I'd be more professional and mature.
Yeah, I'm just kind of keeping it casual today. So
Yeah, you look good. You look like a Missourian.
That's how we roll.
I've got these dumb earbud things still, so I still haven't figured that out. So maybe I'll get one of our techie guys to help me figure that out. Anyways, Dave, today it's episode 2 of the famous That Floats podcast. Famous, of course, to you and I and no one else, but whatever.
We have tens of viewers for this. It's great.
Tens. So what do we have? Do we have any interesting title closing stories to deal with today?
Well, we're sifting through volumes of stories that were sent in, but I wanted to start out with one of my favorites today to kind of give people an idea of what we're talking about here.
That'd be great. So, let's hear it.
When I was learning title, we had a closing involving a husband and wife, and the husband and wife were selling a piece of property, a rental property that they owned. And during the closing, everybody was acting just a little bit off. They said that, it was, it's kind of tough because we're going through a divorce, because that was on the commitment, and so everything was executed properly as far as quit claim deeds and signing the property over, and now we're finally at the closing. All of a sudden, we kind of hear a commotion up at the front of the office, and in runs a woman that looks suspiciously like the woman that's sitting there. The woman that ran in said, "That's my husband. That's his girlfriend. This closing's over." Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Yes. So
wait, so this guy only has one type?
Yeah, no, he really dug short-haired brunettes, and but she looked so much like this other woman. He had stolen her ID out of her purse, and I mean, you held the ID up next to the girlfriend.
Yeah.
It would have been a great fake ID for her. And everything looked legit. She had practiced the signature that was on the driver's license. She knew everything about the property, knew everything about him. Next thing you know, a fight breaks out in the closing room. Police are called, and the closing ended.
Like a fight?
Like a fist fight. Like she came across the table at the girlfriend. It was outstanding. It was outstanding.
All right, so the closing didn't happen.
No. At that point, the closing did not happen. And the police were called. It's the only time the police have ever had to be called in one of the closings I've been involved in, except at Night Berry. That's normally where the police are called, I hear. So.
Well, I mean, for other reasons. So wait, so then the police, these people are coming across the table at each other.
Yeah.
There's no closing. The cops are now called. So
yes.
Do we have any kind of a good ending to this story?
Yeah. They had to go back to court. Turns out the judge had to order the house sold. And the wife that walked in ended up getting everything. And the husband and the girlfriend got nothing.
Well, that sounds about right.
Yeah. But it was it was quite the scene on a very busy closing day. It was a May closing, so you know how those days can go.
Yeah. So had the real Slim Shady not have shown up at the closing table, what would have happened? Because it was a pretty good ID. Let's play that through. So it does close.
Yep.
People move in. The real Slim Shady sees some people in her house. What happens in a claim scenario under something like that?
In that case, that would be a covered matter under the title policy. We would have a potential fraud and forgery situation.
Okay. So the buyers that moved into this property would have been protected by title insurance, and then you would have had an issue to track down the where the money really went.
Yes, the actual ex-wife, not the new girlfriend.
Right.
She would have a claim on the property as well. So we would need to get deeds from her, the actual seller. There'd be probably a payment to her, and then we would have to go recoup from the seller.
Yeah.
But the important thing is the buyer of the property would be protected, and that's
right.
the true value title insurance.
Interesting. So, hey, a reminder to all of those tens of you who are watching this, if you have an interesting story, It doesn't have to be a closing story. If you've got some weird title thing, or if you find, you know what, one of my favorite things is our staff sends me weird documents they see in the chain of title when they're doing title searching. If you've got something weird like that, let's see it. We want to talk about those right here. And now the music is really playing, Dave. So it's time for us to wrap up. So final words to you, sir.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the show, and there's more where this came from.
Yes, sir. All right, David, have a great weekend.
You too, bud.
Let the rhythm